light. I usually stream. Why don't I have the windows open? That's ridiculous. I want to change my backgrounds in a bit, but I have stuff to promote now. I can put it in my backgrounds. I should not do it. Hello. 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 It was. See, I didn't leave. I used to not. Oh, God, words. Words are so hard. Used to struggle doing this. You know, just a little bit over here. There we go. Yes. 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 How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. Good. I'm distracted, but then again, nobody's here. Why aren't people watching your streams when you're so captivating? Okay. And the sound isn't on. Hello. Hello. I'm feeling my nose. Listen to a guy named Carter Vale. You know, I have some issues with TikTok as a platform, but I admit I've occasionally found really good artists on there, so can't totally hate it. Okay. So long. Sure, it's been so long. Central, the heat Heat. Now. Oh, how many words am I going to write today? How many words am I going to write today? I have no idea. It's not like I have some stuff I already did off screen and I'm just here to edit it. Oh, but how many words? How many words? Neat. Oh well. Can't figure. Oh, did I not? I guess I didn't email it to myself. Well, I go down here. Oh, don't do this. Oh, hey, hey. It's going good. It's going good. Who's? It's going good. It's going good. Sorry, I'm just. Oh, hey, Finn. How's it? Yeah, yeah, it's going. Got weird. 1 second. I did some dictation earlier last night, and I'm just here to edit it. Writing's going fine. It's, you know. I finished writing. Am I? Can you hear me? Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. That means that there's probably a. I gotta. Okay, 1 second. Let me figure this out. Good to. Testing, testing. Testing. I mean, sounds fun. Usually that means that there's I just have a thing going on. Because let's see. Usually that. No, it sounds fine. I mean, it sounds a little echoey, but it always sounds a tiny bit echoey. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't fix that then. it's impossible for me to fix. How about this? I'm sure that's real stimulating conversation. Sure, people love. Listen, the problem is, like, okay, so the problem is if I turn it up too much, it gets kind of crackly, and I just don't like it. I just think that sounds bad. You know. I mean, it was fine before, but the audience is always right, and so we were gonna. Testing, testing, testing. Hey, Callie. Testing, testing, testing. I mean, I almost changed nothing. Anyways, it's a fun power game to play, I guess. How's it going, Kelly? Okay. Tell me what you're planning. Ooh, fun. What's the book going to be about? Or yes, I'm aware of what the concept of passive voice is, Grammarly. Thank you. Oh. Oh, I know. Thaddeus. That's what I meant to say. So what's the book going to be about? Okay. Okay, and what is the okay, it's the Plague of the Red Faces. That sounds fun. Okay, that's cool. I like that idea. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Oh, that's okay. I would like to know why it's called that. Bad dialogue right there, but why is it called? not best writing. This I did on the tub. Um, Reminds me of Mask of the Red Death? Yes, Mask of the Red Death. Do you know Mask of the Red Death? Is that maybe where the inspiration came from? Oh, yeah. Did you ever? There was a pretty decent movie they made out of it. With Vincent Price. Well, that works. How do you need help? Well, I feel you'll know the answer to that by writing the book, unfortunately. Hey Tosh, how's it going? Then make it a duology. Make it a dual. I decree you to make it a duology. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. I am on. I am on. Hey, no, no. Oh, nothing. Nothing much. I quit my job. I don't know if people have heard that yet, that I left my job. Um, for a variety of reasons. Mostly stress. Mostly stress. I was very stressed out the whole time. Yeah. Which Twitch show are you watching? So I'm just in a spot trying to figure out what to do with my life. Yeah. Ah, sure it is. I'm sure people will complain about it no matter what, as they complain about every redesign. The stuff will be in different spots now, and it will be annoying for a couple of weeks. Anyways. Yeah, it might be good. So what are we doing today? What's everybody doing today? No, no. What time is it for you? Must be real late. Oh, not too late. Um, yeah. So what's everybody been doing with their lives? What's ESO? I don't know. Oh, Skyrim Online. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I don't know acronyms. I don't know acronyms. I'm not. Yeah. It's not my Bethesda. No, we all like Bethesda again. We all like Bethesda again, by the way. Because the Fallout show is apparently quite good. So everybody's into Bethesda again. We've forgiven them for making 2 or 3 bad games in a row. I haven't seen the Fallout show yet. I don't know why I haven't seen it. I'm just being lazy. I should. No, I mean, not really. I mean, we like Jonathan, because the Westworld team is behind the new Fallout show, and Westworld was a really good show in the first season. Hey, did you ever watch Westworld? That was a good show. I'm actually kind of, I used to think of. Also, weirdly, people don't ever talk about this, but the original Westworld movie, is not a bad movie. Like, it's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's not. You might like it, yeah. Anyways, but the Fallout show is apparent. It's Jonathan Nolan, right, who's doing these shows, Fallout and Westworld. And you're like, is that any relation to Christopher Nolan, his brother? Yeah, they're brothers. That's Christopher Nolan's brother. Yeah. I mean, the trick is that, I've read several interviews with Jonathan Nolan. We're friends. I can call him that. Yeah. Normally I would say, watching, but fuck it, it's Amazon. I mean, Amazon's a good company that I like, and I enjoy that they are that I am dependent on their several of their services to make money now. We love you, Amazon. But yeah, go ahead. I mean, the fact now that there are so many shows out there that piracy is literally the only option is to watch them just angers me. I want to give the money to the people who made it. The thing is, I think we can all agree that we want the people who actually make the show to get paid the money. We don't want the bean counters on top who to be the people who get the most money, but they're the people who get to decide this bullshit. It just infuriates me. So, what's the point? Okay. Here's the question. Here's the mental math question. Why do we buy TV shows? Or why do we pay for art? What is the reason we pay for art? I'll tell you why. It's so that we can. I mean, yes, it's the capitalistic system, but the reason we do that is so that the artists themselves can continue to make the art without needing to focus on anything else. You know, like the reason we pay for art is so that the artists themselves uh, can continue on making the art without having the need to like take long breaks in between for like baker jobs and stuff. You know, we're paying it to support the artists who made it. Uh, but lately, not so lately, but it's come into sharp relief lately. Um, these kind of bullshit nonsense people, particularly David Zaslav, I'm quoting David Zaslav, have decided that, we're just not gonna show art anymore. We don't want to. We're just gonna take the tax write-offs. Um, it's just I hate David Zaslav. Anyways, that's fine. Basically, I'm complaining. Uh, Darn it! I want Gravity Train back. No, no. Do you know we can't get Gravity Train no more? Gravity Train has been stolen from us. They stole it. They stole Mau Mau. They stole Gravity Train. Exactly. I don't know. How do we? I don't know how we fix. Yeah. I want the people. I don't know. They stole it from us. Gravity Train is no longer available legally. That's the greatest crime of all. Gosh darn it, I want Beverly Hillbillies. I like it when the hillbilly. Yeah. Was this a real thing? That's hilarious. My favorite is when the hillbillies they move to Beverly Hills and they get into some pretty wacky shenanigans. No, no. Did they get into shenanigans? Tell me they got into shenanigans. No, no. Was it influenced by a different sort of culture? Tell me there were cultural clashes. No, no. I need to know if there were some cultural clashes. Robin! How's it going, Robin? Robin. Shenanigans of the highest order. You enjoying your lunch? Yeah, we all need jobs. I need a job. Does anybody want to hire me? Um, what you having for lunch? God, I need to cut my hair. Yeah. Well, I got my last job through Twitch, so. eh, I'm sleeping better. That's nice. Thank God. I know nothing of the Beverly Hill Hillbillies except. I mean, no. I didn't even know. This. Alright, is. If the Beverly Hillbillies are. Let's see. Beverly Hillbillies. Here's the thing though. Isn't. Okay, let's see. News Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, it's a Quentin Reviews thing. Oh, that's so shitty. Hey, Ghost. Of course you like Quentin. How's it going, Ghost? Oh, that's so shitty of them. Hey, CBS. Guess what? Guess what? Something like that could have revested interest in an aging property of yours. You. Ugh. Sure, show it to me. Hi, Ghost. How's it going? Good to see you. Oh, you're on the YouTubes. It's been a long, pretty stressful few days. I left my job. I'm kind of sick of announcing that I did. Yeah. Um, um, it's for stress reasons mostly. Although the show I worked on, by the way, yes, send it. Yes, the show I worked on, by the way. I just noticed you there. Yeah, the show I worked on, by the way, finally came out. Um, and then immediately. makes it... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just bummed. Um, it can be. It really can be. But I mean, I hope. I'm working on a book. I mostly have it finished, actually. Oh, I have 2 books I actually have finished. Well, you gotta get the Pocket app. That's the first thing. Do you have the Pocket app? Oh, there it is. I'll 1 second. It's called the Cursed. It's called the Cursed Orphan. I will link it. I will link it. I will link it. I will link it. Here it is. Here's the link. Unfortunately, you can only really watch it listen to it through the app, which is annoying, especially if you say want to put it on your resume and make the link an easy clickable link. It's free, but it's very okay. Let's see. I think I can get away with this. Let's see. I might get in trouble, but I wrote it, so I don't care. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. Can you hear it? You don't have to. I won't play it all. Just. Yeah, I wrote that. That was me. I wrote that. Most of that. Some of it was changed by the senior writer. I wonder if I'll get in trouble for playing that little clip. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know. It's not bad. They do play that bit of music over and over again throughout the whole show, and it can get quite... It sounds fine. Yeah, my hair is getting pretty big. Mm-hmm. Anyways. Oh, don't. It's, I mean, I know. Hey, I'm perfectly aware that I am plus sized, but no, I've gotten haters before on here. Um, that no. Oh, you weren't here when like I first started, and I would get a bunch of weird like anti-Semitic things thrown at me. Um, Thank you. Listen, I would never suggest this, Ghost, but me? Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, you're being weird. I'm vicious. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I would get like a lot of. Yeah, I would get like a lot of like anti-Semitic hate thrown at me for some reason. I should mention, I'm not Jewish. I am not Jewish, in fact, but I would get anti-Semitic hate thrown at me. So that was a weird like I'm offended. I mean, you're not like being mean to me, but you are offending. Yeah. Anyway, um, and you know what they would do? You know what they would do? They would quote South Park at me. They would quote South Park jokes at me all the time, which was I'm assuming no, it was because of because I have curly hair. Well, I think they're like 14-year-olds mostly, but yeah. Hey, but it hurts because I actually like listen. There's a part of me that's very much like just a dude, and I like South. There's a lot I like about South Park, and I'm like, ugh. Some of their older episodes have aged like goddamn dirt, but no, dirt ages quite well. Milk. Yeah, exactly. What you gonna do? Well, anyways, um, so if you want to support me, I'm not saying this. Yeah, that's generally my thought too. It is super dated in aspects, but also it was always going to be. It is a show with it is a very like up to date show that uh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, usually it's pretty easy, and then occasionally you'll get like just a collection of these weirdos. What was I saying? Yes. So, not saying that this is what you should do, but if you want to support me, here's a real like cohesive way to support me that is totally for free. Okay. Everybody who wants to, you don't have to, go download the Pocket app. Go download the Pocket FM app. And leave a like and just a comment under a certain collection of episodes that I'm going to tell you. Okay? Of The Cursed Orphan. Now, these may coincidentally be the ones I wrote, but there's no... I wrote episode 9, 10, 11, and then I wrote... I almost forgot where I started again. Then I wrote episode 18 through 22. And then I wrote 2 more episodes. I wrote 3 more episodes. I wrote 27, 28, and 30. Those are all episodes I wrote. So if you were to say like those episodes specifically, it would appear as if it would appear as if my episodes are attracting a lot more attention than everybody else's. And that would maybe help me out quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, if you want to listen to the whole show, but go out. Okay. Yeah. So this is yeah. I will do that for you. This is the annoying part. So they only want like. I will do that for you right now. Yeah. Damn it! It's doing this thing again. 1 second. 1 second. Let me do it. I mean, they do. Yeah. There it is. They do charge at it's the Webtoon model. They'll start charging you after a certain point. Don't spend money, but just do it until they start charging you money for them. If you're going to spend money on any of my projects, do it here. Do it on ones where I more directly benefit. I already got paid for this stuff, so I'm not going to make a cent more. Okay, 1 second. I always, yeah. Okay. Like these episodes, I mean, like all the episodes, like as many episodes, but like mine first. Like these, like episode 9, episode 10, and episode 11. You're gonna like 9, 10, and 11. Then you'll skip ahead because I didn't write any. And then you will like, and then like, starting from episode 18 to 23. I wrote all of those. Then then like episode 27, 28, and episode 30. And just do it until it's like, exactly. I mean, obviously listen to the full show, but just like yeah, exactly. But just like the ones I did, like the ones I worked on. Uh, no, it's not at least 38 hours. I mean, so part of what's annoying me is I'm not sure if the show has survived because it's supposed to update every day, but the last update was last update was 16 days ago. I'm like, you know, I'm not exactly sure what's taking them so long to produce new episodes. I know for a fact that up to like about episode 100 has been written. So I don't know why we are not producing more of them. I don't know how successful the show has been, honestly. That's, by the way, that is so shitty that uh there's some funny, if you listen to it, there's some, I don't know if it still has this, but there is some funny things in it, like okay, okay. Anyways, um sure. I do. Yeah. I mean, I also have a PayPal thing linked if you want to do that. But boy, I should get a Kofi set up. I meant to. Do I have a Kofi thing set up? I might. 1 second. Oh shit. I do have a Kofi thing set up. I had totally forgotten about it. Huh. 1 second. No, but like, listen, I appreciate anything people want to contribute, but also like, um, don't, you know. I would never guilt anybody into doing stuff. Okay. It's not really that set up. It's just like I think I set it up so I could contribute, give some money to Callie for a thing that he was doing. Okay. Like here's a serious, sincere question for the group. What are you guys more comfortable with as like a concept? Are you more comfortable with, like, say, Patreon or Ko-fi, or like what would be the easiest thing for you guys to use? Because now that I'm now that I'm out of a job, and I'll try and I'm trying to get a new one, but I do need a break from all that for a bit. I will need. I'm going to try and do something, publish stuff through, like, say, those entities. What would be appealing? Or should I just post? Should I just continue to, like, try and sell books on Amazon? Because I do have a Patreon that I. Well, that's the problem with, like, these sorts. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could just make Patreon and Ko-fi the same thing, pretty much. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I was thinking, like, I have 2 books written, pretty much. They need editing, but they're written. I know, exciting. And I've been thinking, you know, everybody. I kind of wish I didn't have to continuously give Amazon so much money for all my creative endeavors. So the hope was, like, even doing this stuff through Twitch, the hope was that if I could set up, like, a successful Patreon or a successful, like, Ko-fi or something, I could mostly make my money through there, but I know it's annoying and difficult. I wish, like, this is the other thing I really wish. I wish I could just finally get monetization up and running on YouTube, but I need to pull off a lot of stuff for that. Like the amount of stuff you need to do to get monetization working on YouTube is very annoying. Like, okay, so I don't know if you can see this. This is the monetization. This is for the first step. Like, I need the first to get full monetization. I need 4,000 watch hours, 4,000 watch hours, and or 10 million shorts views. I have the specific amount of followers. I passed that a while back. So I have the specific amount of followers, but now I need the views. You need 1,000. You need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. I need to cut my hair. I have 1,609, I believe, followers. So, you know, I'm doing pretty well. No, I am so successful. I need to cut my hair. It's getting unmanageable. So Ghost, what are you working on lately? Yeah. I know I said I hate money. You know what we should all do? What we all should do? Let's take that deal that Ireland is offering and pay. I think they're going to pay people up to 80,000 euros to live in one of the one of their remote islands off the coast. They're willing to pay people up to 80,000 to do that. Oh, that's good. Well, theoretically, I'm supposed to be reading right now, but you guys are very distracting. You guys are very you distract me. I mean, I probably should do some writing. There it is. Okay. Oh, right. You know, OBS is quite a bit weaker, I think. A lot of ways to like. There it is. There we go. That sucks. Ghost, do you have what are your writing projects lately? I want to ask you about your thesis because I know that can be very irritating to talk about over and over again. CBS is the worst channel. I hate it. I don't know if you know this. No, this is maybe an American thing that's a little hard to might pick up on. But CBS is, or maybe I don't know. So much of American culture is bled over. But CBS is known as like kind of the old people channel. It's the TV channel. It's the TV channel exclusively watched by like elderly boomers and nothing else, and nobody else watches it. It's why like they try their initial. They had an initial like streaming service called CBS Plus that nobody would watch because CBS is so synonymous with like older people that nobody wanted to pay for CBS Plus, so they had to change it to Paramount Plus. No, Fox. No. Fox News. That's the news programming. But after the news, what people want to watch is, but for their entertainment for like, for for like fictional TV shows, they want to watch CBS. It's home to nothing but crime shows. Pretty much nothing but like like detective shows and stuff. And this is a thing like CBS has always like complained about, that like, everybody always thinks we're so old. Yes, they're blue blood. Blue blood. They make blue blood. Go get some work done. I want to get work done too. They make blue bloods. Yes, that's them. Starring Tom Selleck. Well, the light will surely be dimmer without you, Ghost River. Blobs a bloop. You think about yourself. You think about life, and what weird coincidences happen. You know what Tom Selleck was almost Indiana Jones? He was the first choice to play Indiana Jones, but because of Magnum PI, he couldn't do it. So Harrison Ford did it instead, and Harrison Ford became like the biggest star of all time, really. I was thinking, in a weird way, if you really think about it, like nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about this, but I think about this a lot. Harrison Ford, in a lot of ways, was George Lucas's muse. Like, if you really like every like movie George Lucas made, Harrison Ford was involved in every movie up to like the prequels. Like, yeah. But if you think about it, almost every movie George Lucas was involved with, like all his big ones, like Harrison Ford popped up as the main star, as one of the main guys. Not all of them, but okay. So not THX, but American Graffiti was one of the first big hits Lucas made. Ford was in that. Then there was Star Wars, Indiana Jones. Ford was also in that, and then like in a weird way that he also Steven Spielberg was briefly like, because they've never admitted this, but if you look at like the old like posters for Jurassic Park, like when they were first designing the Drew Starson's posters for Jurassic Park initially came out, and it's like the main Alan Grant, like they hadn't cast Alan Grant yet, but he looked suspiciously like Harrison Ford, and you got to admit, like the Alan Grant role seems suspiciously like a role that may have been for Harrison Ford. I think like they've never, I think, overtly admitted this, but yeah, they were very much hoping to get Harrison Ford again for the role. It's like, I don't know. Nobody ever says that. Nobody ever says it in those terms. Because like Tom Hanks was Spielberg's muse for a while, and when like Spielberg never like yeah I don't know. No. Here's a question: where did you know Tom Selleck from mostly? Because I have a theory. I have a theory about Tom Selleck that he's mostly known nowadays for one thing. But I'm curious where you know him from. And this might just be an American thing, but I'm curious. Because I think Tom Selleck is nowadays, especially for like younger people, and I guess me, but I is known specifically for Friends. Because he played Richard on Friends. AKA, he played Monica's older boyfriend, Richard. Oh, you're missing out. There was Turkey. And I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't look bad. My mom has never liked Tom Selleck, by the way. Like she just doesn't like him. Have you never seen Magnum PI? That was the show he was famous for. It was a show called Magnum PI. He was a cop or a private. No. What am I talking about? He wasn't a cop. It's literally in the title. He was a PI. He was a private investigator. He was a private investigator working in Hawaii. Yeah. Well, it depends. In cop shows, the PIs are the scum of the earth, but in PI shows, the cops are a truce of assholes who use their power to bully people. I always prefer the PI character to the cop character, usually. Because the PIs are not, like... Yeah.
I mean, my favorite characters are. I mean, I always wanted it to be uh, the cool, slick thief. Listen, my favorite. Listen, no, no. Have you ever had an innate desire to plan a heist? I want to plan a heist. I don't want to actually go to prison, but yes, I love heist movies. I really like the Ocean series. I don't know if that's like really basic, but I do really like the Ocean movies. 12 you can skip, but 11 and 13 are really good. Uh, I feel like we haven't like got a great. No, that's not true. Lucky Logan was really good. Did you ever see Logan Lucky? That's a really good. That is. You know, it's funny. I'm sure he's never even seen his like the stock certificates and stuff. No, what you need to steal is bearer bonds. I'm sure he has a lot of bearer bonds. So bearer bonds are the idea behind a bearer bond is like whoever has it physically in their hand is the legal owner of that amount of money of the bond. So if you can manage to steal that, you essentially have you can walk away with the money. The problem with like trying to get stock certificates or something is because like well those are just stolen, and like the second you try and cash them in, like you're just gonna get in trouble. They'll just catch you because they're like not legally yours. But bearer bonds, those are legally yours once you get them. Yeah. You know, there used to be $100,000 bills, right? Back in the old days before like wire transfers, like the way you would like transport large it. Yeah, yeah. What would be a good thing to steal? I really want to write a heist move, like a heist book. That'd be something I'd want to do, but I can never like the trick with heists are like the trick with heists is that like the person they're robbing from has to be like a jerk. Like you don't want like the like if it's a super slick like movie about like robbing an orphanage or something, it's like the oceans movies would not be like the ocean movies would not be as fun if they were robbing like an orphanage or something. Like it'd be a funny sketch, I think. That's that's when me and you will walk out with all the toys donated for the orphans. Really slick music. Santa, is that you? Sure it is, kid. Gotta think of a appropriate jackass to rob. I mean, Jeff Bezos is a good one. Problem with like Bezos is I assume it would be like pretty generic to rob Bezos because it's you're just breaking into a mansion. Part of the excitement of the heist is like kind of the exotic locations you got to break into. Exactly, exactly. Oh, no. What would be cool? Okay, here's an idea. Here's an idea. here's a pitch. It's about a kid whose make a wish is to go on a heist, and like they're determined to like fulfill his final dream of like successfully robbing a place. I once had an idea. Listen, Jeff Bezos is pretty bad, but I'm exactly. Jeff Bezos is pretty bad. I won't discount that, but in my opinion, the real like arch villain, like nightmare person that is actively working to make the world a worse place, like is a guy named. Do you know Peter Theidel? Peter Theidel. Do you know who Peter Theidel is? AKA the vampire of Silicon Valley. And I say that because he literally like okay, so Peter Theidel, he's not a name that might be known. He's one not as rich as Jeff Bezos. Hey, Jaden, good to see you. So Peter Theidel is he. Peter Theidel is a how to explain this? Okay, Peter Theidel was an early investor into PayPal, and he's a multi-billionaire. He is also a notorious. Oh, that's fun. Yes. No, that's the thing. It's good. So, did you have a good day at school? Yes. Peter Theidel is the guy who literally gets blood transfers from young men. That's like a thing he does. Uh, we're talking about people that it would be fun to rob from, like in a heist. If we were in a heist movie, who would we want to heist from? Um, uh, and I suggested Peter Theidel because Peter Theidel is a weird dude that I don't like. He also supports a lot of like nightmare causes. Okay, so here. Okay, but you didn't let me finish because Peter Theidel had this idea a while back that I think he's been trying to still do. He wants to build an island that's exclusively for billionaires in the middle of the ocean. Basically, he wants to do the Galt's, the thing from Atlas Shrugged, and I thought that would be a really cool place to stage a heist at. Um, anyways, so how's the Beyblade comic going, Jaden? So, um, you working on anything new right now? Okay, no. I must ask a question of you. Which Beverly Hillbilly do you think you are? Should we all start creating Beverly Hillbilly personas? It's total crap that it's total crap, by the way, I think, at least, that CBS copyright struck. I think it's total crap that CBS copyright struck Quentin's review. That's so. I do. I let that opinion slip through that I don't like Jason Todd as a character all that much. Well, okay, so like my part of the problem is I find him pretty like redundant as a character in the Bat mythos. Listen, Jason. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't think he. I don't think like. I don't think anybody's like. It doesn't help that like legitimate like trash fires like Scott Liddell have been his like primary writer for a long time, and I can't. What's that? I almost forgot. LaBelle. It's Scott LaBelle. I can't stand Scott LaBelle as a writer. Yes, I do think. I do think Under the Red Hood is one of the best Batman stories. That's part of the problem, I think, with Jason Todd is that that arc is so good that they've never really been able to top it. You know. Yeah. Well, that's part of the problem. Is like like that arc was so good, and then like they've never topped it, and they just like I legitimately think this is like um this is me. I don't know. I like Judd Woodwick more than most people do, but I think that's Judd Woodwick's best thing he wrote for DC. Not the best comic he wrote. The best comic he wrote was my friend Pedro. My friend. But I did a little bit. Listen, honestly, you guys are so distracting. I keep thinking on here I'll get on and we'll do like sprints and stuff like everybody else, and then I end up talking nonsense with you guys for like 2 hours, and then I don't write. I did write a little bit. I did write a little bit once I finished. The stream I wrote a little bit on my own, but you guys are like the embodiment of like distraction for me. Yeah. No, it's fine. I like hanging out with you guys, but it's like I don't know. I don't know how many more right. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go back to doing strictly art streams for a bit because it's like it's hard for me to focus with you guys here.
We could play some video games or something. I don't know. No, no. Have you played any video games lately? Do you have any recommendations? Oh, right. You've been playing ESO. I do have, one thing I do have that I've been curious to try is I have the original Elder Scrolls game. Like, not Skyrim, not Oblivion. I downloaded the very first Elder Scrolls game. And I've always been curious to try it. Elder Scrolls Arena. That Bethesda made, like, long, long ago. Ooh, that is a good question. That is a good question. Let me think. Let me think on that for a second. I don't. The new Watchmen series stuff really makes my blood boil. But that's just. Yeah. I mean, I have more affection towards Tim Drake because, like, of the Batman the Animated Series. He was the second. I like Tim Drake, but he hasn't done any. I don't know. Maybe the new stuff. He's been really out of the. I mean, it doesn't help that I believe the Tim Drake one is one of the worst mistakes DC ever. Well, I thought that would be kind of fun to play. I thought that would be kind of fun to play the original, like, yeah. No, I thought it would be more fun to play kind of the bad version. The bad version with all the goofy stuff in it. I don't know. Like, Tim Drake. I don't know. Really? Well, that makes sense. Tim Drake is so. I don't know. Yeah. I am trying to, like, ever since Damien, I'm gonna be honest, Damien a little bit. I'm kind of, I don't know. Damien at least is a more interesting character than, like, Jason. Arguably, he's a bigger jerk, but he's at least more fun to, like, talk. He's at least more fun of a character because he's got the obnoxious genius thing going for him. No, no. Do you follow Batman? I say that, but then there's, like, a ton of decent story arcs with Damien. Grant Morrison really did well with him. I mean, part of the. Okay. I mean, I could talk about Spider-Man, but my rant with Spider-Man always goes the same way, and I'm bored of talking about it because, and I went on a. It's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
What, you don't want to spend like you don't want to spend like $40 to get like 5 minutes of a story, like 5 pages of one story, and then you have to read through like 30 different comics to figure out why it's going on. Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, they're all really good. I'm affectionate towards Tom Holland. I think he's captured it. I mean, I do like Tobey Maguire quite a lot. What about you? Who's your favorite Spider-Man actor? Um, See, the thing is, I'll throw this out there. I think Andrew Garfield is a really good actor, and I think I don't know. His Spider-Man isn't bad. I just don't like those movies all that much. You've never played Spider-Man 2? That's the best one. The Spider-Man 2 adaptation is the best game. I loved that game so much as a kid. The Spider-Man 2, the adaptation of Spider-Man 2 that they did. That's the best. That's the best. Arguably, the best one, the best superhero game. And you're like, well, what about the new Spider-Man games that they're making? I've heard that one's bad. That's the thing. I heard that one was really bad. Dog crap. Yes. I heard that one is really bad. But that's the funny. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. The console versions though are great. Like the GameCube version is one of the best. The GameCube version is one of the best games that they made. And you can feel the. Have you played the new Spider-Man games? Yeah, no, that's it, that's it. Did you play? But have you played the new ones that the Activision ones that they're releasing? They pretty much just took the game. They pretty much just took the gameplay from that. Yeah. Well, Jay, what I'm saying is, so that was the gameplay of the Spider-Man 2 game. That's essentially the gameplay of the Spider-Man 2 game. Is that like all they've done is they've taken that gameplay mechanic that they did in Spider-Man 2 and they brought it and they upgraded it for like HD and stuff. My favorite parts of the new Spider-Man games are when you stop playing Spider-Man and play like 10-20 minutes of a really boring section as one of Spider-Man's friends. Those are my favorite parts. I do have like a little bit. Could I go on a tiny bit of a rant about how they write Mary Jane in the new Spider-Man games? Because it bugs me how they write Mary Jane in the new Spider. The thing about it is, if we want to get into this, and there's a part of me that really wants to. Mary Jane is a really interesting character because you can tell she was not meant to be the original love interest of Spider-Man. If you notice something about superhero stories, have you guys ever noticed that almost every superhero, partner of the superhero, is a reporter and or a cop? Have you ever noticed that? I've noticed that a lot, and I have this theory that the reason they do that is because they wanna. have the person involved with the storytelling, the story. Anyways, Mary Jane is interesting because Mary Jane has her own life outside of superheroes, and they never really take full advantage of it because Mary Jane has an interesting thing in that Mary Jane isn't involved with superheroes really. She's an actress. She wants to be an actress, and that's kind of, and so it's like every other superhero partner is involved in like the superhero lifestyle in a way, because like Lois Lane is a reporter and she just reports, she always reports on Superman stuff. Iris West is also a reporter. Even like Bruce Wayne, this is a character that doesn't pop up as much anymore but Vicky Vale used to be Bruce Wayne's romantic interest, and Vicky Vale. Jay, I think you're hinting at you're going to get to the point of what I'm annoyed by in those games. Vicky Vale is also a reporter, but so the story. What I would point out is that I think this makes Mary Jane quite an interesting character, and it shows like Spider-Man generally gets a lot of praise for being. I know this is going to sound wild. More realistic superhero story. Like, I don't think people really fully appreciate how different Spider-Man really is compared to the rest of this like superheroes in being written. Hey Carlo, how's it going? Spider-Man was essentially it was just like a normal average like teenager thrust into like a wild situation. No, I don't know you, so I don't know you, so I'm not going to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah, so although there's a part of me that feels this is totally side, but there's a part of me that feels if superheroes were real, like the only people who could. I don't know. I'm gonna probably take a break. I might come back a little bit. Clearly, the idea of writing today didn't go well, so I might come back a little bit. I'm probably. I need to get food and like I need to have dinner and stuff, but I'd like to come back and do a stream maybe in an hour or two, in a couple hours. Yeah. I'll throw this out there. I think if superheroes were real, I do legitimately think it would be guys like billionaires or like rich people who could be the only ones who could afford to do it for long periods of time. Kind of like how like most artists or most people who do like creative work are rich. It takes a while for the superhero thing to get going. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, so, and I think one of the things that adds to sort of the realism of, like, Spider-Man in a lot of ways is that, like, Mary Jane really isn't connected to the world of superheroics. Like, she is her own individual person who has her own life going on. And, like, her and Peter are connected in that way. And that's, like, realistic. That's like realistic, and I like that in the relationship. I like that Mary Jane is like, yeah, no, I have my own stuff. Like life exists outside of like the very insular world of superheroes in Spider-Man comics. At least it's supposed to. We'll get to that. But in the Spider-Man games, they change her to be a reporter, and that annoys me. That annoys me greatly because like. Like, part of the deal is, like, in some ways, like, Spider-Man comics are supposed to be sort of realistic, except for the one fact that the main character is a superhero. You know, like, Peter has to deal with, like, pretty realistic problems, you know, like, he's unsure of what to do, for, like, you know, it's just, he has this, like, weird sideline where he dresses up as Spider-Man. Anyways. And the fact that his, like, girlfriend slash eventual wife, it has her own life, I think makes it feel, like, real and realistic, you know? And, like, I don't know, it bugs me. It bugs me that they changed that. You know? It bugs me that they made that worse, that idea worse. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna call it here. Clearly we didn't get any writing done today. But I'm in a little bit better mood than I was when I started. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it makes the storytelling, like, weaker. I like Spider-Man. Like, listen, superheroes will never be realistic, but Spider-Man at least felt like a real, you know, Spider-Man at least felt like a real person. And, like, the thing with Mary Jane that they do, what's frustrating, at least what I find with Mary Jane, at least how they try and write her now, is that they're very uncomfortable with her, like, just living a life. She's just kind of a normal person who happens to be married to a superhero, and I like that about her. And she's not a normal person, you know. But I guess, you know, at some point I should make a video or write an article about my feelings about Mary Jane. And why you gotta toke it, man? Oh boy. No, I feel bad now. Okay, I'm gonna get off. I'm not gonna explain what that is. I'm not gonna explain what that means. What terrible bit I was just trying to do there. Oh God, I feel embarrassed. Okay, I'm gonna get off, and maybe, I don't know. I might come back later, and we'll do something other than writing, because clearly I'm so distracted with that. Maybe we'll play Elder Scrolls Arena. I've always been curious to play it. Okay. Take care.